What is good in the hood, folks? Welcome to Gameplay, the eSports show that keeps you in the know of all things high school and university eSports in South Africa. Yeah, boy, yes! You know what it is. It's your hostess that does mimosas, Collins Manyama, aka Scar in the eSports streets. And today, we're going to be covering the Midlands Gaming Fest that took place recently, cover day 2 of the Kura Gauteng LAN, have our session in the classroom, and then to finish it off this week, we're back with our celebrity guest interview. So, without any further ado, let's get it. So jumping right into things, let's talk about the first event that took place not too long ago, the Midlands Gaming Fest. And I'm kind of bleak that I missed this one because looking at the visuals, oh guys, it was an absolute movie. Cinema, I tell you. So there was an event that took place at Liberty Midlands Mall in Pietermaritzburg, the Midlands Gaming Fest. Let's take a look at the scenes of what unfolded at the event. You know, what's really cool to see about this is like a lot of the time when you see this, people think, eSports is only in Gauteng, it's only in KZN, it's only in Western Cape. But like, there is more and more opportunities popping up left, right, and center in all these different other provinces where you are able to experience eSports and the culture of it. So I hope y'all don't feel discouraged when you see this because you never know, in future, it might be your province next. So we'll have to see. Now let's talk about the Kura Gauteng LAN. So recently we covered day 1 and now it's time to cover day 2 of the action. So today we're going to be talking about some of the stories that were uncovered from the day. And the Kura Gauteng LAN, it's not always about, all the fun that is being had, all the events that are happening on stage, but also some of the cool stories that get uncovered from said event. So let's take a look at those scenes. What's happening, Mafethu? It is day 2 of the Kura Gauteng LAN and I'm so excited to jump in because today is Grand Finals Day. All of the games being played on the stage behind me and I'm so excited to jump into all of that action. So without any further ado, What's happening, folks? We're here at the Kura Gauteng LAN and I am basically with one of the people that made it possible to have the event at Kura Waterfall. Ma'am, how are you doing today?
I am good, and yourself?
I am absolutely fantastic. What is your name? And I'm assuming you're also from Kura Waterfall?
I am. My name is Nelma and I am the head of primary here at the beautiful school. And a fantastic day. Excited to have you guys here.
A fantastic time to be indeed. And first thing I want to know is, what has the preparation been like having the Kura LAN being planned to happen here? Has it been nerve-wracking? Has it been exciting?
Well, I have enjoyed every single moment. So I started eSport here when I was just normal teaching and I had 4 kids. And since then it's been a passion and getting other staff involved was a bit of a challenge, but then I got the right people. So planning from there was smooth sailing. And instead of being nervous, we just took it on with both hands. And yeah, it's been meeting weekly, getting updates. It's been a fantastic experience.
And I mean, that kind of shows that there's more of a passion for you. So this is really something that you love to do, right?
Yes, it's not just a privilege, it's a passion.
My name is Marco. I represent Currie Hill Cranes Primary School. And yeah, we are competing in the Minecraft PvP matches. I think it's going excellent so far. We are actually playing our semis right now, or our quarters if I'm not wrong. But I don't get to watch them because it just knocks me out of the game.
I understand. So one thing I'm curious about as you're speaking about that is, what is it like preparing the students for the LAN environment, and how does it feel being able to watch them put their practice into play and also sometimes even playing on stage?
I think it's quite good in the sense of like it develops the kids so much more in that time, and it basically builds up to this event, and then you get here and it's all the wow factor. They absolutely lose their minds. Their emotions are high, the gameplay is hectic, and it's a hardcore environment. But the preparation, I think, is the most important part. I think you as coach need to put yourself in a match at least once every week just to strategize, and that's basically it, refining strategy.
what is your thought process on how important these events are at a young age, especially that you're a primary school now, so starting this at a young age for the students?
I think it's very important. I mean, I think we've already spoken and covered what privileges it is to host it as a school marketing-wise.
Yeah.
But for the kids and their development and brain development, it's been amazing. We see a lot of our kids that have so much abilities and character because they get to take part in esports, and esports is not seen as something small anymore because we support it, and then we have these amazing events like this putting them at the forefront, and seeing that development and character has been amazing. So other than just having the opportunity to host it here, having people on our campus, seeing everyone evolve and having a bigger community join us here.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
I mean, 250 learners here has to be insane, but I mean, it's a testament to, as you said, just how much esports has grown and how much involvement there has been so far.
Absolutely, and looking forward to possibly doing it again, but we'll have smaller events in the interim to the bigger one.
You heard that, guys. There's going to be more events, so please keep an eye out, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
When it comes to certain games where they might not come out on top, where they might not win, how do you manage the kids' emotions at that time, especially when they're very young?
I think there's a saying that says practice makes perfect, but you also need to lose. Winners lose, because that's how you get strategy. That is how you improve. If you don't lose, you gain, basically, you stagnate. Because you can't always be the winner.
So would you say that's like kind of a lesson that you also teach your kids, is that it's okay to lose, that it's good, that you improve from it?
100%, 100%. No good student has come from getting 100% for marks.
So it's day 2 at the Kuro Gauteng LAN. It's been nothing short of action-packed. But alongside that, there's been some really interesting stories coming about. So let's jump in to a few of those stories. What's happening, folks? We are here at the Kuro Gauteng LAN, and I'm joined by 2 individuals from a school that has had a beautiful story. But before I get into that, what is your names and how are you feeling today?
My name is Nao, and I'm feeling very good today.
Man, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm Pamela.
Awesome stuff. Pleasure to meet you guys. So, you guys have a beautiful story to tell in that you guys came to the LAN, you didn't have PC equipment, but you were provided, and at the same time, you did exceptionally well, right? How do you feel right now after being able to come to your first LAN and have that experience?
To be honest, it's a privilege to be given this opportunity, because not everyone has this opportunity to be in such a very pristine event, so I really thank the school and the Cure event for allowing us to have this great opportunity.
It's beautiful. And as a teacher, ma'am, how do you feel being able to see the students have this opportunity where they can game on PC equipment and they can also compete against other students?
I think more than anything, this has enabled us to go back to school, give feedback to management that this is happening and we need equipment so that our learners can be a part of esports.
I mean, it's very beautiful, especially with how passionate the players are, right? How much they've given in. And how did you feel actually being able to play at a LAN in front of other Kuro schools, other schools around you as well? Is it nerve-wracking? Is it exciting? What is the feeling like?
For me, honestly, the fact that it's my first time and to be given this opportunity is mind-blowing, because like I'm saying, we're connected through gaming, and it's just our passion, and to be given the opportunity to embrace my talent and continue to grow my skills, that's really something I've been dreaming to do, so I really appreciate the opportunity, and yeah, man, I really love it, and I wish to grow more in gaming.
Beautiful stuff. And I mean, ma'am, from your side as well, I mean, preparing the kids, how is that like? And when you're here in front of the other teachers and coaches, seeing your team play well, how does that feel for you inside?
It's great. It's exciting. The opportunity to be able to see them play with other kids, and it was just exciting.
I love that. So that has been the Kuro team. One more time, where's your school representing, and where can they maybe find you on social media?
On the social media page on IG is Kuro Protein, and yeah, we're from Gauteng, so it's
beautiful stuff. That's given Kuro Protea Glen, and guys, keep an eye out because they may be at the next Kuro Gauteng LAN.
Never know.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers. What is happening, folks? We're here at the Kuro Gauteng Land Day 2, and I'm here with the team that just pulled off an amazing feat. How are you doing today, and what is your name?
I'm doing great today. My name is Michael.
Awesome. And ma'am?
Hi, I'm Tanya, Michael's mom.
Fantastic stuff. So what I meant by amazing feat is you guys, this is your first time having your school at a Kuro Land, and you guys won in a bracket reset. How do you feel right now?
I'm feeling ecstatic. I wasn't expecting a win, especially since we played this team earlier on in the brackets. But we took a loss to them, and I was surprised that we came off with the win in the end.
I mean, it's amazing. And Mom, watching your son play on a stage at a LAN, how do you feel, especially with how much work he's probably put in?
I'm very proud of him, and now I can't tell him to get off the screen all the time.
It's probably one of the goals there, but it'd be unfortunate. But I mean, you played on stage, right? Probably for the first time, maybe not. But how does it feel playing in front of students, playing in front of other schools? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel more excited?
Well, I was a bit nervous because I've never actually played on stage before. But I was feeling excited at the same time because the energy was there and everyone was cheering and supporting, so I had the energy there.
It's amazing. And speaking of support, I mean, Mom, sometimes it is a bit difficult supporting new ventures like this, but I mean, seeing how far it come, does it make you feel a bit happier now?
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. He did give me strict instructions before the game that I wasn't allowed to scream though, but I did scream.
I mean, typical. You want to support your child. It's just almost definite. So, I mean, can we probably be expecting more of you guys at more events coming forward?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, that has been St. David's Marist Inanda, and that is amazing to see a new school having a new story being told at the Kuro Land. I've been telling you guys, don't miss out because there's only esports action that takes place. Guys, don't be missing out. Whenever I announce these lands, sign up, get ready, and get your spot secured. Because I'm telling y'all are going to be missing out. And as mentioned, there's going to be so much more to come this year. So don't miss out by the time I announce it. But moving forward from that, let's have our classroom session. So this week is going to be all about tactical FPS shooters and more so aiming in these games. So those who compete in FPS games or even just shooters in general, this one is for you. How you hold your mouse is actually very important towards your aim, and let me break that down. Stay with me as I run you through how holding your mouse can affect your aim. What is happening, folks? Now it's time for your classroom session, and this week we're going to be talking about how you grip your mouse when you're aiming. So for those of you new to gaming in general or just competing fairly new, there's a little tactic that you can help yourself improve your aim, and that is how you hold your mouse. And if you didn't know, the way you hold it can actually affect your aim. If you're gripping it too hard, it actually affects your aim negatively as opposed to holding it in a more looser sense. So I want you to try this for yourself when you are aim training or when you are playing your next game. Try to hold your mouse a little less tighter, not too loose where you're flinging it across the room, but a little less tighter, in a more loose and comfortable manner where it glides across your mouse pad, and test that and see if it improves your aim. But that is going to be our closing session for today, and let's get back to the show. Now it's time for gaming opportunities in your area. So this week it's only talking about signups for the new league of ASL. And as mentioned last week, the 11th of April is cutoff time for our signups. So if you haven't already, please get your school signed up and ready. Don't miss out. Don't be the one at the back of the class there crying because you're not with the cool kids here in the front of the class signed up for ASL and competing. Don't miss out. Head on over to schools.acgl.gg and get your teams ready for battle. Now it is time for Game Chat with my celebrity guest. He is a prolific FIFA Pro player that has conquered the highest peaks any pro player locally could ever dream of. He has competed internationally and is ranked top 2 in the country. So stick around because our chat's coming up next. Yo, what is happening, folks? Now it is time for my celebrity guest interview, and today I'm joined by the man himself, one of the best in the land when it comes to FIFA, Zaid April. Zaid, how are you doing today, good sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excited because, I've been waiting for this time to actually have you on the show, and finally it's happening. But one thing that's been going through my head, you've done so much as a pro player, right? You've grown from strength to strength, joined different orgs, but what actually inspired you to actually want to start competing?
So it's going to be basically the same answer as Julio maybe, or Asim, okay?
Yeah.
It's football. So
Wait, really? So you also played football at a time?
I played football at a young age, and FIFA was kind of like a side thing. So my main focus was always football. And then when it was lockdown, so obviously I couldn't play
because at the
football.
time all the leagues are shut down and all of that.
And then that's when I started playing online. So I never played online FIFA until lockdown. Okay?
Wait, so 2020 is when you actually started playing online?
Yes, that was my first
jeez.
time. So it was Ultimate Team. The game at the time was FIFA 21. I didn't know anything about the scene. I used to play on the TV, still mobile hotspots. I started like that. And I think it made me a better player as well, playing with a disadvantage. So I started playing online FIFA 21, and I was bad at the start. I got smacked. I won't even lie to you.
You learned, it's tough.
But I always had that hunger to be good at FIFA, because at the time, before I played online, I thought I was good.
That's the thing is, you always get onto games, you think, it's easy work, and then you start showing yourself like, oh, never mind, wait, okay.
And that's when I obviously met the likes of Kalen, Julio, Tabo, them all, and they gave me a beating. But at the same time, I learned a lot of them. I wanted to actually get good, so I started watching YouTube, plays overseas, and obviously playing against the likes of Julio, Kalen. You see what they do that you don't do, and you put it in your own game. So basically, I just started small. So they were the big dogs. So in lockdown I started, but towards the end of FIFA 21, that's when I actually got good. I think my first tournament was the Ikasi tournament. I came 5th in that one, which was not bad in my first tournament. And then
it's pretty good. First competing, it's not too bad.
And then I know I played in the IC gaming tournament, and I won that. And I played Julio in the final. I don't think he knows it was me at the time, because I was so small and all that stuff. So I played him in the final, and that's the year he qualified for the World Cup. So I was shaking out.
It was like a confidence booster,
I was shaking, so it was a best of 5, so I cleaned him. He didn't win a single game. And I think that the passion sparked then, so I got motivated. And then, as nice as it sounds, there's obviously some downs in my game. So, but there's lots of highs. But there has been lows also as well. So
it's normal for that to happen a lot of the time in your career, right? And you actually mentioned something there that I actually wanted to take note of. It's like you were shaking, playing a guy that's qualified for the World Cup. At the time, that was the first ever African to qualify for the World Cup, right? But aside from that, now as we speak, you've won the Kaizer Chiefs Challenge, you've won MTN Shift, you've won AGC, eDisky. There's so much to go into. You even you competed internationally in the DreamHack qualifiers for the World Cup. There's just so much that you've done. But how did you learn to play under pressure? Because, that's something that you've constantly seen throughout your career, right?
Obviously, at the start, it was difficult. But I think as you play tournaments, you stay more composed. But I like to believe that the work you put in before the tournament helps you stay composed. So maybe the way you want to attack or defend or get out of difficult situations. So
kind of just like making sure you're practicing before your games as well.
So because I don't like to go into tournaments feeling stuck, maybe not knowing what to do. It can be difficult to get out of. So obviously the nerves is always there before a tournament.
It's always going to be
when you get at the LAN or online at home, it's always there. But as you go on, the nerves kind of fade out. And if that work you put in was well enough, the confidence fades the nerves. So I think that's the best way to stay composed. And like obviously talking of overseas, playing in those tournaments overseas, it was eye-opening, honestly, just to see the way they think compared to us. And it's helped me a lot because I know I went to Sweden for the World Cup qualifiers and I think I did well, but like it was just small margins, small things
that kind of separates you from
yes,
the rest of
yes,
the guys.
It was small things because the scores were tight. I think it was all my losses were by 1 goal, so yeah, it was kind of tough. But coming back and then I know I played in a shift gaming tournament, the AGC. I won that coming back because like the things I've learned, I brought it back here and it made me win those 2 tournaments. So yeah, but I'm speaking on the highs. I can speak on the lows. On my journey, I also lost my dad, so it was kind of difficult for me also. And I think that just makes me want to win more. So, because I could have easily choose the easy thing to quit, but
Yeah.
I think there's a bigger meaning also behind winning. Just so, and I think you also supported me also. So, yeah, there's a deeper meaning behind it. And
I actually love that as well. Sorry,
Yeah.
but it's like it's not just you whenever you're competing, but it's just you and your dad alongside each other when
Yeah.
you're competing, right?
yeah. For like Goku, there's a father and son come.
I love that, man.
Speaking of Goku, that's a weird point to me. Yeah.
No, but I get the reference there. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do. And that actually opens my eyes to a lot of things because I mean, a lot of the time when you see people competing, you know, there's a different sort of passion, different sort of level. Some people, it's just something they do on the side. But you know, for you, who's someone that like takes it serious and wants to do something with this, you know, you can see that passion burning in you, right? And I love that. But also one thing I'm curious about is if there was one thing that you could kind of like change or maybe see an improvement in locally, what do you maybe think that would be in your perspective?
I think we can always do more. I can do more in my gaming or content, whatever. I don't want to say it, but I'm saying Gigi can maybe I was more all of us, but I'm just making an example. We can always do more. So I think I like the idea of AGC as well. We're having the high school and the open on one weekend. So all the high school students could compete in an open tournament to see what it's like to compete in. Because I know I have a younger brother that played in a high school tournament.
Rida, yeah.
Yeah, he played in a high school tournament, and like all the kids were like, if he's that good, what am I like? And then, yeah, but you could see they wanted to play in the open to have a taste what it's like. I know some of them also played in it, and it forms nice relationships between us and them because they're obviously younger, they want advice. And
So it's kind of like you can have that little mentorship sort of connection between the young students and the pro players.
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So, yeah, even if they didn't do well in a high school tournament, they still showed up to play in the open, which was nice to see. So I think that AGC, maybe more tournaments like that between high schools and open on the same weekend was kind of nice to have. And yeah, even my brother, he's like, obviously he's still young, so he meets players his age because he's been competing with us most of the time. So he meets players his age. So I think that was a nice initiative.
Awesome stuff. I really love to hear that. So just to close things off, you know, speaking on all of that, is there sort of like a coaching program you maybe have, or like, do you offer advice for players that maybe want to get better? Because I mean, as you mentioned, there's a lot of students that are, you know, your younger brother's age that also want to get better, that want to compete and improve. Do you maybe also provide that? I'm just curious because
I don't coach one-on-ones, but I do give advice where I can, whether it's in my DMs or activations or tournaments, anyone asking advice. I always give the best advice possible. So yeah, if anyone's watching and would like to ask, I'm open to giving you a good answer. So now even at our activation at McDonald's this past weekend, lots of people came up to me and asked, and I gave the best possible advice I could. And I was eating, and then someone next to me, I wasn't even taking note, I was eating, and then I finished eating my food, went to the bin, put my food in, okay, not my food in the bin, but yeah, and then he got up and asked me for a picture, but the girl that he was with was like saying he was nervous, he didn't know how to ask. I'm thinking, like, I'm actually big, like, if someone's nervous to take a picture with me, then I have to ask them. But I told him I'm human, just like him. So there's
So-
not much.
Yeah, the guys should never feel nervous
Yeah.
to just ask you, you
Yeah.
know, you're not closed
So
up to
basically,
it.
that's just me telling anyone watching that they can come to me. I won't say no to anything, obviously. But yeah, with high school also, I think it's also important to focus on school, because I know I was on high school and I was gaming, competing at the same time. I know I won my first LAN while I was on high school, and then I went back to school. Obviously, they seen the pictures with the check, 30,000. I know it was the Thunderdome tournament, and then obviously there was lots of talk about me now winning so much money and people thinking they can beat me. But like for me, when it was school time, I was mostly focused on school, and when I got home, it was gaming. But it's important to find a balance between it. You don't want to overwhelm yourself or burn yourself out.
Yeah, perfect way to end it then. But yeah, you guys heard it here yourselves. Make sure you're focusing on your schools alongside your competing, because hey, you need a balance of two and both are equally important. But before I let you go, Zaid, please let us know where we can find you on socials. What are your tags, hashtags? Where can we find you?
So all my socials are the same. My name and surname, ZaidApro_ at the end. And yeah.
Awesome stuff. And remember, he's not shy to any questions. Ask him if you want to get better at the game. Feel free to pop him that question. But Zaid, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Awesome stuff. But that has been Gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you catch us next week, same time, same place, with yet another special guest interview. But for now, I've been Skara. This has been Gameplay, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, and GG's, gamers.